What is up to all my G's out there? Your boy OG. And unfortunately, though, I had to take down the last week reactions because copyright wise, and YouTube decided to take me down that way because I did get a community guideline strike on the channel. And just to let y'all know, I have to update my subscription to everything that is gonna be supported by ESPN, CBS Sports, and Wheels, where I react to NFL games sometime, will all be supported in the description. And also I put in my about section to know what type of channel, what type of content y'all are going to be expecting when y'all come to the channel, about me and everything you expect for the channel, and what type of content videos you get. Okay, enough talk. We're getting to the new week prediction. I saw my Georgia Bulldogs, them dogs. We'll grab a jersey, but it's far over there. My Georgia Bulldogs. You know what? Screw it. Screw it. You know, I still made that promise. Whereas cape. So I see my dogs either win a national championship or handle everyone and beat Alabama. We handle all of our SEC opponents. We finish the rest of the SEC opponents for the rest of the year. We only have 2 games left. This weekend with Charlotte. And then Georgia Tech up in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So, still got to win out. Make the playoffs. And then we might end up getting a bye, which is fine. I'm fine with a bye. So, I don't care if we miss the SEC championship. We get in there or not. So, here we go. Let's start.
From the floor
yes,
Madison
sir.
Square Garden, we're moments away from the latest rankings from the College Football Playoff Selection Committee. We know we're going to have a little bit of a shakeup at the top after Oklahoma knocked off Alabama. So how will this bracket look?
Saw that.
We'll show you what it would look like based on the rankings that will be coming up exclusively in a matter of moments. As a reminder, this is how the playoff
This
works.
is a short type, you guys. Not the full thing, because for the full part, I can't really cover that. Kind of going to end up getting this video taken down.
As Greg alluded to, top 4 get byes, and then 5 through 8 will get to play at home. So the selection committee had a little bit of a change. Hunter Yurachek is now the chair. Mac Rhodes stepping down. They also added Mark Harlan from Utah, the AD, so they have 12 members voting, and now we get to see them when you do. College Football Playoff Top 25 presented by Verbo. This is 25 through 21. So Tulane, out of the American, is number 24. Presume they're going to be the highest ranked team out of the.
So they'll end up playing Texas Tech, I believe, since they will be at number 5, taking Georgia's spot where we used to be.
Let's look at the next group of 5. Number 20, the Tennessee Volunteers. Now, Virginia's 9-2. Virginia has a great opportunity to play in the ACC
number 8.
championship
Georgia
game
Tech's still
against
16?
Georgia Tech.
I thought Georgia Tech will at least go up a spot or 2 in the playoff rankings.
Duke now knocked out of it. The ACC is still wide open. There's still no clean-cut path for anyone to get in, but it looks like right now Virginia, Georgia Tech are the best chances to play.
And it also tells us right here, we had kind of wondered, can Texas still get in as a 3-loss team given the strength of schedule and who they lost to? With a 7-spot drop, it's not looking like they're going to have enough firepower to possibly get into the top 12 as an at-large, even though that last game against Texas A&M, a win against them, top 3 opponents still probably won't be enough to get them in the field.
And remember, Greg, as far as getting to the field at the at-large, you probably have to get to number 10. Texas' problem is not number of losses, it's how they've played. And they're sitting there at number 17. Let's go to number 15. At number 15, up a couple of spots, USC. They're at Oregon. The Trojans have a chance to really put some pressure on the committee and try to get in the field.
And we've talked about does Oregon have any room to slip up? This could be the week that they do. It'll be interesting if USC can go on the road and beat Oregon.
Looking at it, man, I'm just going to fast forward. I already know what these are. Because most of this is just based off the AP.
Hoping that maybe things will fall
I'm going to keep it right here because I'm skipping footage that shows the games I don't want that getting copyrighted on my
BYU
part.
won by a field goal against Utah. The Cougars' only loss on the
Okay,
road at
so
Texas
BYU
Tech,
still in the fight of it,
sitting there
and
at
I'm
11. Now,
assuming
when you
that
think about it,
number
ACC
10 is
team
Alabama.
even get into the
I thought
field
Alabama
group
would
of
be at
5.
12 or
Top
11
line
after that loss
is
to
between 10
Oklahoma.
and 11.
But looking
So
at
let's
it,
look at the top
Alabama
10
is
of
definitely in the race
latest
of it.
rankings, college football playoff.
And there they are, number
At
10.
number 10,
This is
Alabama,
based off the
after
AP.
The home loss to Oklahoma falls all the way to the cut line at number 10.
And you kind of expected Alabama to be in this spot because Oklahoma will be above them since they got that head-to-head win. Alabama still has one loss in the SEC, so they're sitting in a position they could still possibly get into the SEC championship game. It was a tough loss against Oklahoma at home. The committee sees them at number 10, so it gets interesting now. Could they be the 5th SEC team to get into the playoff?
It'd be really interesting if they get into the SEC championship game. For some of these teams, there's still opportunity for movement. How about number 9? Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Now, Notre Dame has head-to-head over USC, who's just lurking. They've got head-to-head over Miami. How this all plays out among those teams, Greg, is really fascinating.
And this might be the ceiling for the Irish, too. I mean, you referenced that a moment ago with Utah. With 2 games remaining on their
Notre
schedule
Dame,
against 2
bro.
teams that are
Notre Dame over Alabama, I don't really agree with it. And I don't even like fucking Bama, but I already know this shit. No Bama fans are going to be proud of this one. What the hell has Notre Dame done? I speak for everyone. I speak for everyone that agrees with me on this one. What the hell has Notre Dame done? Look at their strength of schedule. Lost 2 ranked teams. Play a bunch of cupcakes. Get only 1 bottom tier ranked team win. Make it to the playoffs. Committee's a genius for that part. Someone's definitely pulling the strings for Notre Dame. They have to be. These niggas they're not even in the conference. They're the only team not in the conference. Bro, put them in the conference already. Put them in the Big 12, man. Put them in the ACC. Do not send them to the SEC because no way in hell they'll survive over here.
a combined 6-14.
Even though they kept it close for Texas A&M, but still.
What happens in front of them? So if teams in front of them lose, a la Oregon to SC, that's how Notre Dame can host. But right now, it's looking like they're going on the road week 1 to the playoff.
Number 8.
Oklahoma
moving all the way up to number 8 after winning in Tuscaloosa.
Okay.
So the Sooners in really good shape.
I was thought Oklahoma's going to be up near 7
in the SEC
or 6
championship game. And Oklahoma, though, is really good spot if they can take care of their business in the last year regular season.
And I think the committee is kind of rewarding Oklahoma for those 2 losses, knowing their quarterback was not.
So since Alabama is at 10,
boosting them a bit, maybe not.
They'll end up playing number 7,
with what they did
but
in
they're no longer going to host a playoff game.
There's the Oregon Ducks. They slide up 1 spot. Big game with SC this week.
Wait, is it 10-7 or was it 6-10?
It's a big game for Oregon.
No, was it 8-10?
I don't know that Oregon,
Crap,
with their
I
resume,
kind of
no
forgot.
big wins
Let's see,
on it,
12
can
and
stay
5,
inside of the committee's
11
top teams for the playoff.
Joe 6. Hotty toddy. Ole Miss might be in as good a shape as anybody. They'd love to win the SEC. They'd love to go to the championship game. They play Mississippi State.
All right, so we should be at number 4, I believe. Texas Tech will definitely be at number 5.
You know, if not for the whole coaching thing with Ole Miss, it would just be boring for the Rebels right now. Probably have a home game locked up. Everything's looking good. Number 5, Texas Tech. Up a spot and 1 spot away from getting a bye. Although Bennett Lubbock, they would just prefer to stay right there and have that first home playoff game. At least the fans would anyway.
Yeah, that 5 spot very coveted given how up and down the G5's been all year.
Well, remember, they're in the Big 12 right there. You see what they do. The G5, as Greg alluded to, will be a 5-12 and almost certainly either against the ACC or a group of 5 champion at number 4.
There we are.
Georgia
yes,
seems
sir.
like it's best ball. They really
yes, sir.
They really did. And for 2 weeks in a row now, they played 4 quarters. There was a concern about the way they started games. 2 weeks in a row, really good early.
Okay, let's go 3-2-1. We know how this
Georgia's peaking at the right time.
3,
you know, I thought it would be possible that we would be at number 3.
Back and beat South Carolina. Indiana's rolling, only 1 more game in the old Oaken bucket, and the Buckeyes once again sitting on top at number 1. So based on these rankings, it's not a projection,
wow,
just based on the rankings, this is how everything would look. You see Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Georgia getting the byes. Tulane would be the last team in the field. And remember, the Miami is there based on the current rankings. But that would be the spot for the ACC champion. Can't emphasize that enough.
Yeah, this is basically based off the AP, but this is the confirmed one. This is the confirmed one. Okay, let's look at it. This is something right here. This is something. Oh, yeah. This is something. Woo, oh, man. Let's look at this. This is something right here. We are this close to almost starting the playoffs, people. We are this close. 2 weeks away, and playoffs will begin. To be fair, they say you don't get demoted in your conference championship. So looking at it, I think Alabama might win against Auburn. They're going on the road because I gotta tell you, pressure is on Alabama. It's on this team right here. Reason why, man. I don't care if they win or lose. But Alabama, man, you guys gotta lock in now. Now y'all gotta lock in. Y'all go on the road to it's a rivalry game. I know Auburn hates their guts. They hate Alabama's guts, man. Alabama loses that, bro. Then I said, then we'll end up playing Texas A&M for the SEC championship. And honestly, this might be the year where I probably would prefer we miss it. Like I said, I think it'd be better if we just miss it this year and just stay in that spot, because after Georgia plays Georgia Tech, and if Georgia wins out, beating Charlotte and Georgia Tech, then we're solid for that spot. We will be solid for that spot. Man. Oh, man. It's going to get wild. It's going to get real wild. So looking at it, Indiana's definitely going into a bye this week. Because, like, they are 11-0. You tell the total games they play is, like, yeah. The total games they play is, like, 12. And, yeah, they're definitely going to a bye. And I know Georgia, we're playing. Well, we technically already played 10 games and stuff, so we can really end the season 11-1. Georgia can end the season 11-1. Yep. But man, look at this spread.
Miami almost certainly has to get into the field as an at-large. So what's your reaction?
Miami's still up there too.
Well,
and Georgia Tech, they still got a chance.
And who's going to get
even if they were to lose, they still got a chance for it. The most likely, I see Miami losing to Georgia Tech.
Which means somebody isn't getting one. ACC's not looking real strong in this. And then Reese, Miami sitting at the 11th seed. That's really just a placeholder for now. You know what I mean? Like,
but an opportunity to move up for them if they fit.
For sure. And the big thing for me is, my goodness, man, a close loss, -3 turnovers at home. You lose by 2, you miss a field goal, and you drop 6 spots. So the precedent now, with what they just did to Alabama, if you're Oregon, if you're a team that messes around, if you're Ole Miss, you better win out. I mean, you don't want to take any chances, because a 6-slot slide from the 6th spot or the 7th spot would have you out of the field. And the committee just did it to Bama, so they'll do it to you.
You know, that's
sir.
Really interesting too. They make you stack them up in order. My guess is that you go 6 through 10, and it's really close to that.
Yeah, it'll be real close.
That's my guess anyway.
Okay. So there won't be any copyrights. Okay, gonna break this down one last time. Looking at this new bracket, how it's set up, let's go and go over the predictions real quick. Let's go over the predictions. Alabama at Oregon. Okay, Alabama gets the win. they're in. They might be able to host a home game. Well, shoot, being Auburn, it won't make them move up the rankings. It'll just really just keep them in. So, what the hell am I saying? So they'll definitely still be in. They'll keep at this spot, or they'll go up to number 9. Which, well, crap. Actually, you got to be above 8 to even host a home game. Hmm. Yeah. So look at the predictions. Just gonna straight up say it. I'm gonna start off from the top. Texas Tech versus Tulane. Honestly, this might be an easy one, but Texas Tech might get surprised by them. Then looking at that, Texas Tech, I can see Texas Tech getting the win. So it'll be Georgia and Texas Tech, Notre Dame versus Oklahoma. The way Oklahoma played, even though they couldn't really get a proper score, a good drive to score on Alabama, but they still had a consistent defense. Alabama's special teams was just god awful. Alabama's O-line was getting beat. They couldn't really call any good plays for them to drive down the field. To be honest, I haven't heard much of Ryan Williams. Like, we expected him to blow up with Alabama, but everyone's been covering his ass. I have not even heard his name as much. Even when against Georgia, I remember he was open down the field for one pass and he dropped that shit. I'm like, damn, you could have got that touchdown. And it might have been a longer win for Alabama, or the game would have been different. I mean, same thing go to the Georgia, because we had a wide receiver that opened a booty cheeks ass wide pass down the field for a touchdown. He dropped it, but if he would have caught that would have been a different game. But anyway, that's in the past. Looking at it though, Oklahoma, since they're at home, and against Notre Dame, I think they will surprise them. Either or, I'll either do Oklahoma or Notre Dame. But in case so, I already know none of them are beating Ohio. Miami versus Ole Miss. To be honest, man, I know Carson Beck's been doing all right, but those games he had when he was just sloppy, I see Ole Miss just running right through Miami and playing Texas A&M. Alabama versus Oregon. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm gonna keep it G with you. Keep it real with you. Alabama's been playing better this year, better than last year. Even though people are blaming Ty Simpson, their quarterback, or their head coach for the losses they got, but they've been playing good. And Oregon, they didn't really play nobody though, but they have been tested in certain ways though, especially how Indiana came into their place, and I think it woke something up in Oregon. But just looking at it, I think it's possible that Oregon they could pull out, because Alabama has struggled on the road, and going into that environment, man, I think Oregon might be more tested against Alabama. But if Alabama does win, they'll have to go play Indiana. I can see Alabama possibly being out Indiana because they don't play nobody. So if Alabama goes into there, they can beat Indiana. Then looking at that, Georgia beating Texas Tech, going and advancing. Then out of Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Ohio advances. Then with Ole Miss and Texas A&M, I would say Ole Miss, but I think there's something about Texas A&M that's consistent. They seem more locked in. So I'm going with Texas A&M. In the semifinals, Georgia and Ohio State. We played them before. They played us super hard. I don't think there's that type of Ohio team this time, though. They seem consistent, but I just think that Georgia has more of the stats. They have more of these younger players that are peaking at the right time, and you can see them explode. With a lot of energy, you can see them be more ready for anything. I see Georgia going right through this team. But it'll probably be a close game for them to advance to the national championship. Then Texas A&M versus Alabama. Not gonna lie, this is a real test for Alabama and Texas A&M. But to be honest, this might be a team where either Alabama might get past or Alabama might get overwhelmed by Texas A&M. So I'm going to take Texas A&M and Georgia to play national championship. I have Georgia win a natty. It's just my thoughts on it. If Georgia plays good, plays IQ football, gets to the national championship. Okay, guys, that's going to be it. See y'all in the next one. Peace out. And like and comment, subscribe to the next one. You already know what it is. I know I messed up with that, but still. All right. Everything's supported in the description. YouTube, please don't take me down.